Hello, my name is Allyson Marie. This is the look that I'm doing today. If you'd like to know how we got here, then you can keep watching. And if not, well, let's get ready together this morning. I have to be at work. In 1 hour, and I am running desperately behind. So I've already primed my face with the Kat Von D Featherweight Primer. I like to let it sit in my skin for a little while before I put my foundation on, which is what we're going to do next. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Water Weight Foundation. Just gotta shake it up there, shake it up. And I'm gonna pump some on the back of my hand. And I don't know what it is about this foundation, but whenever I apply it with a brush or a beauty blender, it doesn't really work very well. So I just like to, put it on with my fingers. My skin's been acting very strange lately. I don't like it very much at all. It's very irritating. You really don't need a lot of this foundation. I put like 2 pumps on the back of my hand and I have like so much left. I feel like I'll never run out of it. I'll just have it forever because I don't use very much of it. I'm just using this foundation because I want a little bit of something on my skin, but not too much of something because I just can't stand more foundation on my skin lately because it's irritated. My skin is irritated at me. It smells pretty good though. Can't complain about that. And I'm just gonna wipe the excess off of the back of my hand because we don't need that around. I'm gonna quickly do some eyebrows, so I'm just using some soap, just like this clear pear soap. And I'm too far away from water, so I'll spray some Fix Plus in it. And I'm just gonna take a clean spoolie brush and sort of scratch it along the surface. I'll show you. Whee! And I'm just going to comb that through my brows. My eyebrows are especially coarse. They're not really unruly, they just sort of like to do what they want to do and they don't really want to listen to what I want them to do. So we're just gluing them into submission. And I like to comb them straight up because they will fall. So we're just going to get a head start by making them extra crazy. We're going to move on to some concealer. I've got my Tarte Shape Tape here, of course. So I find that with this concealer, a little bit goes a really long way. And I still like to look semi-natural, so I would just like to dot it along where I want it to go. And I'm going to blend that out with my damp beauty blender, which looks horrifying. But I swear I've cleaned it 1,000,000 times and it still looks like this. Now I'm going to take the other concealer that I like to use, which is the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer. This concealer is a little bit drier, so I find that it's better for concealing blemishes. And also my nose. I don't know why. It's like the only concealer that doesn't break apart on my nose. I find that my under eye concealer is always creasing, so I like to just dot some powder under there and let that set for a few minutes. And then I stay relatively creaseless throughout the day. I recently ran out of my eyeshadow primer, so I am going to use concealer today. My eyelids are pretty agreeable, so I don't find that eyeshadow creases on me or wears off throughout the day, so this works just fine. Not as well as a primer, but well enough that I can make it through. We're going to just finish off these brows here, so I'm going to use my Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil in 3. I find it very interesting how I have the Ka-Brow, and I also have the Give Me Brow, and then I also have this, all in number 3. And this one and the Ka-Brow are pretty similar in color, but the Give Me Brow just seems so much darker. If anyone knows why, that would be really helpful to know. And I find that all of their brow gels or their Gimme Brows are all very ashy in tone. And I like warm eyebrows, so it doesn't really work for me. I'm basically just filling in all the areas of my eyebrow that look sparse when they're combed up. I've been liking sort of fluffier looking eyebrows, although my eyebrows have a hard time looking fluffy, but I like to pretend that they are. So here we are. Might have gotten a bit out of hand with those tails there. I'm just going to take my concealer brush and sort of using it on an angle, just wiping away some of my mistakes, some of my terrible mistakes. I'm going to take a skin tone eyeshadow and I'm going to set my eyelids with it. If my eyelid feels too sticky and I'm putting eyeshadow down, the colors don't blend as well as they could. Perfection. Just wipe away the powder under my eyes and also set it at the same time a little bit extra with the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder in 105 Ivory. When I'm getting ready and doing my makeup in the morning before work, I jump around a lot to different parts of my face just while I leave one thing to set. And I'm waiting for, and I start another thing and maybe wait for that to set, and so on and so on. And I usually do eyes last-ish. So now I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Kat Von D Lock It Powder Foundation in Light 42. On this e.l.f. brush that I just got, which is pretty good. Let's do orange and red today. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which is my favorite one at the moment. I've been trying to get my hands on some other ones, but I live in Canada where things tend to take significantly longer to get to, which is upsetting. So very upsetting. So I'm going to take burnt orange first, and I'm going to, I have a lot of lid space and I like to use it, so I'm going to go sort of just above the crease and in the crease. It will be our transition color. It's going to be sort of the base for many of the other colors that we're going to be putting down. I'm using swiping motions to lay the color down and circular motions to really blend it out. And then looking at it, making sure that it's looking even, and going forward from there. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and pick up Realgar. And put that underneath it and right in the crease to intensify the orange. And again, checking for symmetry, because symmetry is important. Sometimes. Today, anyways. This is an H&M single shadow called Ginger Snap. I'm going to take that and put it all over the lid. And then making sure there are no harsh edges, just going over those edges with the blending brush. The same one that we used to blend out Realgar. Perfection. I'm going to take red ochre on a pencil brush. And smudge that on the lower lash line. And I want it extra smoky. So I'm going to take Sugarpill Love Plus on a little dense brush here. I don't know what this is. Precision crease brush. Then I'm going to go back into red ochre on that same brush. Oh yeah. I'm going to move on to the rest of my face now because I hate doing eyeliner. It's my least favorite thing to do. So I'm just going to skip it for now. Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Moonstone. Let's just dust that on the top of the cheeks there. Just dusting it on. Alright, I'm not really dusting it on. And just like down the bridge of the nose there, maybe get that tip a little bit. The lighting at work is pretty bad, so I'm probably gonna look dead when I get there, but that's okay. I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powder in Fawn and just like dig my brush up in there. Stick my brush in sort of the hollows of my cheekbones, and then just blend upwards from there. And just circular motions up around my forehead here, just on sort of the sides. It's not too dark at all. But I really gotta get that jawline in there. For blush, I'm going to use Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, which is a particular favorite of mine. And I don't like to bring mine too close to the center of my face because it sort of closes my face off a little bit. So just sort of on the outer part and then sort of blending it up a little bit because I don't care. Now I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Heathers as eyeliner because it's a beautiful color and I think it will look really nice with this look. Do I have a brush? We'll see if this does the trick. let's move on to mascara. Okay, so I did my mascara off camera because nobody needs to see that, because everyone does it their own way, and also my camera died and I don't have a backup battery. So for lipstick choices, I was thinking that maybe if it was sunny outside I would do a nude lip, and if it was rainy outside then I would do sort of like a warm brownish lip, and I looked outside and it is horrifyingly disgusting, so I am going to go for the Urban Decay Vice lipstick in 1993. I'm not going to use a lip liner because I ain't got time for that. So this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching this Get Ready With Me tutorial. This is the first video that I've ever filmed, so the lighting is whatever it is, and the fact that I keep staring into the screen, the flip out screen instead of the camera, is also what it is. But if you have any suggestions, comments, anything, just leave them in the comment section and I'll put all the products that I used in the description box below. Thank you so much. Have a great day.